Hello and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. It's me, Oberon, with my Friday show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. It's my weekly show where I kind of go over what the relationship potentials or emotional interesting things going on in each sign of the zodiac. So it's a reading for each sign of the zodiac, Aries all the way through Pisces. And I do that with a set of cards, tarot deck, and I've modified the reading. So this week we're throwing two cards. The first card will be the emotional vibe for the week. And then the second card will be, will you be lucky? And lucky in love, however you happen to define that. So the two cards are from the top and the bottom. And once again, or in case I didn't show you, it's the Barbieri Tarot, like that. Later on in the program, I'm going to be doing something with the Enchanted Tarot by Zerner and Farber, Amy and Monte. I've used this book many times and I've used it on the show in the past, not for a little while. It's a great book. It has great readings. It has great analysis of the cards, and it has affirmations, and maybe you would call that prayer work or spell work. And we're going to do one. We're going to do one. I fixed it all up. I pulled this card ahead of time, and then I prepared to use it for this reading. All right, so I'm a little bit running around here, but let's get started. Then we're starting with Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, top card, the emotional vibe for the week. It's the Knight of Cups. So Aries, you are vibing towards an emotional movement of some sort. You are moving towards something you love or want to love. So it could be a romantic partner. It could be just something you really like doing too, you know. But that's no fun, they say. So then from the bottom of the deck, will you be lucky? Will you be lucky in love? It's the reversed Nine of Pentacles. And so looking at that, it seems like if you are able to ease some level of disappointments or misery or loss you're feeling, maybe you could be. This is a maybe. This has a lot to do with feeling maybe some anxiety or depression or bad dreams or things like that. So it's kind of interesting, of course, because you're moving towards love. But in order to really be lucky in love, you need to get over some other problems you have. So I'm going to leave it like that for Aries. And we're now going to move on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one is for you. Taurus, emotional vibe for the week. And it's another knight. It's the Knight of Swords. It's upright also. So the emotional vibe for the week is maybe something you really want to rush towards and conquer in some way. It could be in terms of a relationship, but it's also just as likely that it's some other kind of goal or project-oriented kind of situation. I guess because this is the emotional exchanges, it must be a relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a love relationship. I mean, maybe this is like, competition or dueling between equals of some sort, whether they're same gender or not. At any rate, will you be lucky, Taurus? And it's the reversed Eight of Wands. And the reversed Eight of Wands says you're not making the mark. You, in fact, maybe are not working fast enough. Although the vibe says get it going, get moving. There's a lot of speed attached to this card. You perhaps are feeling you can accomplish your goals by moving at your own pace. Boy, that does sound a little bit like a Taurus kind of personality or aspect. But at any rate, this sort of makes it feel like maybe you're not going to be lucky, Taurus. So I'm sorry about that. And now we will move on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And I like this deck. I like the drawing quality. It sometimes is a little hard to decide what that number is, either due to the coloration or a different kind of font of some sort. So, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, what is the emotional vibe for the week? It's the upright Queen of Pentacles. And the emotional vibe is maybe to feel very creative about your approach to a romance or to a possible romance or to the relationship you have. There is an emphasis, I think, on finding comfort, and yet at the same time also working or synchronizing in a relationship to take it to another level, possibly creating something, manifesting something. The Queen of Pentacles can always stand for growth and creativity. So from the bottom of the deck, will you be lucky? And it's Justice, number 11. I had to think about it a little bit because I thought, is that Strength or is it Justice? Some decks, they reverse those, but I'm going to say that's Justice. And they say justice is blind, but I think this is saying there's an idea about understanding what is fair about a possible, connection and to be lucky in. So maybe this is about not trying to take advantage of somebody, but about really approaching it as a very fair kind of idea of beginning a relationship. I'll leave it at that for Geminis. And now we're going to move on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And once again, that's the Barbieri Tarot. I think that's a Lo Scarabeo. Yeah, it is. And I really like it. It sort of satisfies both my shadowy goth predilections as well as, the more emotional, sensual kind of basis. So, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the emotional vibe for the week? That's the Ten of Pentacles. So the emotional vibe is about building connections or enjoying the connections you have with family. And so this is maybe an important time for you. It may be, around the time that somebody is commemorating a birthday or an anniversary, or maybe somebody new is coming into the family one way or the other, and there's just a sense of feeling that kind of joy and comfort and level of security or protection you feel there. Will you be lucky, Cancer? And it's the Four of Swords. And I don't know, I get the feeling like if this was a family reunion, you're backing off, or if this is something that could be about a relationship, or just because of its own nature, you are maybe backing off of a relationship or a possibility of one. Maybe you're feeling you really need a timeout. There's also a possibility that maybe that other person is begging off or saying no, they're not available. This is about availability too, accessibility. And it could go either way. So that was Cancer. We're going to move on to Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And Leo, what is the emotional vibe this week for you? It's the reversed Five of Pentacles. If you've been feeling like you've been left out in the cold, or if you've moved away from the company of friends or family, or that somehow you feel like you're really a loner and yet you want to be involved with a community, or feeling noticed or something, this time may be coming to you. You may be finding that there is a way, a key, to let you into an area you've been trying to get into, or an area that you need to be into. And I think it is about, emotional comfort. So this could be, finding your place in a dating world or a social world. So will you be lucky? And it is the Lovers, and the Lovers is upright. So you're going to be lucky. It's a real clear idea about choices coming to you and choosing the right choice. Leo, I'd rather not say anymore. That's so Leo. You guys are always lucky. All right, so from Leo, we move to Virgo. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Leo, Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one's for you. What is the emotional vibe for the week? It's the Three of Cups. So is there a party going on you're going to go to? Is somebody having a wedding or an anniversary or a celebration of some sort? Maybe it's family oriented. It feels like it's emotionally very important for you for some reason. Although the card looks a little bit darker image, this is a card of happiness. And I think this is very much saying that something is making you very happy, and it may involve other people's happiness, but it's a true happiness you want to share if it's not your own. So will you be lucky? And it's the Two of Cups. And I think this is saying embrace love at any angle or any perspective. The Two of Cups is normally about harmony and trust in a relationship, about feeling the connectivity that makes you feel like you're the twin flame, or it's the soulmate. And when you look at the image on this card, the person is alone, but yet there's an image of them below the surface. So maybe there's also the idea of going below the surface and feeling the harmony there that may be promotes you being lucky in love. I'll have more to say about that later. All right, so we are now going to move on to Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Libras, what is your emotional vibe for this week? It's another 2. It's the 2 of Pentacles. And I think, emotionally speaking, you have to work on stabilizing some things. And I think it's a question of some boundaries, Libras, that maybe you may be in a relationship, but you're feeling like you really need to solidify what the boundaries are in the relationship, that this is not necessarily a time for the relationship to be totally open in all respects in terms of any obligations as well as any privileges. This is really about you protecting for yourself how you feel in this relationship, Libra. And from the bottom of the card, it's the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups, of course, is about understanding that into every life there is some loss, and you may have to consider how much loss you can take, or whether you actually are understanding what that loss really means, because there is also what is not lost. And will you be able to understand that you still have enough to go on and to move forward with, no matter what choices you may have to make? So that was for you, Libras. And now I will move on to Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And of course, I'm Scorpio, sun sign. A couple of my other planets are also in Scorpio, but not the moon or the rising sign. So those may cause other effects, just like they might in yours, depending on how that works out too. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what is the emotional vibe for the week? And it's the 5 of Wands. And maybe you are feeling that you have to find ways to deal with some rivalry situations and or some things that maybe are looking competition-wise. This could be in the realm of relationships. This could be more likely, I think, circles or communities of friends that maybe are going through a little bit more of a strident time right now. Everybody is kind of ticked off at the way things are in the world. So I wouldn't be surprised if people are just more edgier. And so it may call upon you to try to work with bringing some of that level of screech or whatever you want to call it down. But will you be lucky, Scorpio? And maybe not. It's the 3 of Swords upright. And the 3 of Swords, Scorpio, saying maybe you will be suffering some heartache, some sense of separation from this issues. Maybe you are pulling away from circles or gatherings or specific friends due to, some of this turbulence that's going on in the public spheres. I wish you luck, Scorpio. So we're going to move on to Sagittarius then. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The emotional vibe for the week is the Sun. Everything looks wonderful, Sagittarius. Oh, return of the sun. December 20th, 21st, 22nd. Everything is just peachy keen, especially in the emotional era. You're really finding out the quality of a depthful and meaningful love between you and someone, and or family, or the connection of children or other people in your relationship that you have to care for, that you care for. It's just a great time, Sagittarius. So Super Tarot Love Month forever. Will you be lucky? And it's the Five of Wands reversed, which we had in Scorpio's reading, but now it's reversed. And so I feel like you can be lucky, but you should take it easy on this. You shouldn't be overly competitive about how you are approaching this idea of lucky and love, whatever that means to you. You should sort of work with the natural tendencies and flow of things. I'll leave it at that, Sagittarius. And we will now move on to Capricorn. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Capricorn, will you be lucky? No, I'm sorry. The emotional vibe for the week. Excuse me. And it's the Page of Pentacles. The emotional vibe this week is maybe semi-philosophical, semi-mystical. There's a scholarly feel, like maybe there's something you want to check out, and it's not that it's mysterious so much, it's just that there's a mystical allurement. This could pertain to a relationship. This could pertain to your feelings about qualities of a relationship, maybe just the sense of security or a sense of protectiveness. Well, I said that already. A foundation, a family, but the qualities really are more about, I think, that level of interest that provokes you to learn more at that scholarly kind of level. So anyway, let's move on to the idea of will you be lucky, what that really is. And it's the Hanged Man reverse. Oh, I kind of like that. The Hanged Man reverse says maybe you won't be lucky because you're not able to put aside certain parts of your ego in a relationship or in a situation that could lead to a relationship. You may be feeling like the vulnerability that you think you're being asked to express is not right for you, or you can't deal with that for some reason. And so you're probably removing yourself from a relationship at this time, or you want to be, Capricorn. So that's what I have for you. We're going to move on to Aquarius now. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one is for you. Aquarius, what is the emotional vibe for you this week? And once again, it's the Ten of Pentacles. So Aquarius, I think you're at this point of maybe feeling like you want to work with what is cherished within a family or foundation. The feeling of being there in a family, being protected, being cared for, being able to rely and supported by other people. And it may not necessarily be a family of blood. It may be a family of choice, or it may be a family you've built somehow along the way. It could just refer to a greater network of a community of friends that are with you, and that you feel this is the time for you to give back to that a little bit, and or maybe to acknowledge that and reside within that for a while. Will you be lucky? Will you be lucky in love? And it's the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is upright. And the Hierophant is a card sometimes of couples. It may talk about sort of orthodox, more sense of that, the idea of a prescribement to being involved in a relationship that maybe has a purpose, and that purpose may be to serve someone, serve each other, serve a higher purpose. There's a little bit of the conventional conformity kind of sense here, but it's still good in the sense for you, because it means maybe by playing by the rules, by enacting within a societal norm, this will be a go. I'll leave it at that, Aquarius. And so now we will move on to Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. This one is for you. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. What is the emotional vibe for you this week? It's the reversed Queen of Cups. The emotional vibe for Pisces, well, I hate to rely on stereotypes. A lot of times Pisces seem to take the brunt of all their emotionally fragile kind of jokes. But that's what this card talks about, that maybe your vibe this week shows that emotionally there's a lot of things troubling you at this time. And it may be that you're having a hard time understanding certain realities versus the information you have. Things seem to be askewed for some reason, and hopefully you can figure what that is. But will you be lucky, if in fact you need to be lucky? Here is that Page of Pentacles once again, but this time they're reversed. And I think the idea here is that maybe you need to go more into yourself to seek certain answers at this time. You're not going to find them outwardly like the page normally might. That this might be a time really to get in touch with what's going on in your inner emotional turmoil, Pisces, because it may be that needs to be addressed more than any need to be lucky. All right, so that was the basic reading. And as I mentioned, I sort of wanted to do something a little bit different involving the Enchanted Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monte Farber. I have that there on the screen. And I pulled this card earlier in anticipation of that. And the card that I pulled was the World. So I'd like everybody to take a deep breath and relax for a moment. Imagine yourself breathing slowly, and try to do so if you can. Hear the sound of my voice and feel calm. Perhaps, if you can, visualize with me. Take another few deep breaths and imagine yourself just spiraling downward, deeper into your subconscious. You can imagine this as a staircase or an elevator or escalator. But once you reach the bottom, take another deep breath and visualize with me this dream. A copper statue of a woman has come to life and is dancing, looking back at a leaf she holds in her outstretched hand. Just as the earth, divine mother of us all, evolved from the stars and materialized into reality, so have our bodies been created out of her naked body, so we may dance the dance of life just as she dances through the cosmos. The statue's copper body has been dug from the earth as raw ore, refined by processes discovered by human intelligence and animated by the electrical spark that animates all life. She looks back at the leaf, a smaller version of the large leaf at her feet from which she has just emerged, to remind herself that she, like all of us, is a product and a process of the natural world. She dances before a huge image of the earth, suspended by flower petals over a columned temple, just as we all must assume our place in relationship to the sacred temple that is the earth, before our bodies return to her in an ever-turning cycle. This dreamlike journey is one of going within and finding our essential harmony with all there is. When we attain the knowledge of who we really are, we gain the world. By uniting and balancing your long-sought inner harmony with the skills you have learned in life, you have achieved real success. The world can be yours in this situation. Hard work is demanded to attain this, but material rewards and inner peace are promised. You must view your life in the context of the whole world of life itself before you will have the knowledge you seek. So imagine the entire world, or everybody listening to this, everybody capable of hearing this on some level, as one huge circle of people, and that we hold hands and we slowly move in the direction of the planet's rotation, dancing and swaying to this chant: winter, spring, summer, fall, the world is dancing, dance for all. And we will do this for 21 times, 22 times. The card is the world, 22. And visualize this earth of ours in the center of the circle of all of us. See it in whatever color you wish, receiving the love and healing energy from everyone. And know that we are blessed to be here on the sacred planet, Mother Earth. All right. I don't know about you, but I feel a little bit different. Hopefully I was able to maintain that level of concentration there. So once again, that was from the Enchanted Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monte Farber. It's a great book on tarot, as well as offering some interesting and great and easy to do spells, affirmations, toasts, dream work, herb work, various things. I highly recommend anything that they do. I think they're wonderful. At any rate, that was it for Super Tarot Love Month. That was our clarion call there. We're on to March, and who knows what that means. But I want to thank you once again for watching TFT Tarot for Today. Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges. Now, tomorrow will be the happy hour. Happy hour will be later. This is filming earlier in the week, so I'm not sure, but I think it'll be noon or 2 o'clock. It won't be at 4, but it's not going to be at 10. It's going to be somewhere in the middle there. So hopefully by the time Friday rolls around, you'll know that. But if you have notifications on your YouTube channel for us, you'll find out. Sunday is Banshee's Material Matters, and that's on at its normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are live in the chat room for that one. It is pre-recorded. And then Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4, we're there with our live show. All right. See you guys next week. Take care.